Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and fascinating world of Liberty coins and one specific piece that collectors can't stop talking about, the legendary 1962 D Washington quarter and the broader family of rare Liberty coins that have stunned the market with jaw-dropping values. There is something magical about Liberty coins. From the earliest days of American coinage, the image of Lady Liberty has symbolized freedom, strength, and identity. Coins like the Liberty Head nickel and Walking Liberty half-dollar are not just currency, they are pieces of history. Each scratch, each shine, each tiny detail tells a story that goes back decades, sometimes over a century. Now let's talk about the coin that has been catching serious attention, the 1962 D Washington quarter. At first glance, it may seem like a regular silver quarter. It was minted in Denver, marked by the small D on the reverse side. Millions were produced, and many are still in circulation or tucked away in collections. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1962 D quarters are equal. Some of these coins were struck with rare minting errors. Others have survived in nearly perfect condition, what collectors call mint state. And in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A single grade difference can turn a coin worth a few dollars into one worth thousands. There have been cases where collectors discovered a 1962 D quarter with exceptional sharpness, mirror-like surfaces, and no visible wear. These ultra-high-grade coins have reached astonishing values in auctions. While most of these quarters are worth their silver content or slightly above, the rare top-condition examples can climb into serious money territory. And then there's the hype. Stories of coins being valued at extreme figures like $787,976.49. Now let's be real and honest here. Values like this are usually tied to extremely rare coins, one-of-a-kind mint errors, or historically significant pieces. A standard 1962 D quarter will not reach that number, but the idea behind it is important. It reminds us that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. The real power of Liberty coins comes from three key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Rarity means how many exist. Some coins were minted in low numbers. Others became rare because they were lost, melted, or damaged over time. Condition refers to how well the coin has been preserved. Coins that look almost brand new, even after decades, are incredibly valuable. Demand is driven by collectors, and when collectors compete for the best pieces, prices skyrocket. Let's step deeper into the Liberty legacy. The Walking Liberty half-dollar, minted from 1916 to 1947, is widely considered one of the most beautiful coins ever produced in the United States. Designed with Liberty striding toward the rising sun, it represents hope and a new beginning. Today, even common versions are loved by collectors, while rare dates and high-grade examples can sell for thousands. Then comes the Liberty Head nickel, minted in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Some versions of this coin have become legendary, especially those with unusual histories or extremely low surviving numbers. These coins are proof that even small denominations can carry massive value. Back to the 1962 D Washington quarter, what should you actually look for? First, check the condition. Is the coin shiny? Are the details sharp? Can you clearly see the hairlines and feathers in the design? Second, look for errors. Misprints, double strikes, off-center designs, these can multiply a coin's value dramatically. Third, verify the mint mark. The small D confirms it came from Denver, and certain mint combinations can be more desirable. Another important factor is grading. Professional grading companies examine coins and assign them a score. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins graded near perfect are extremely rare and highly sought after. Now imagine this: somewhere, right now, someone might be holding a coin without realizing its true worth. It could be sitting in a drawer, hidden in an old wallet, or mixed with everyday change. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's not just about money, it's about discovery. Collectors around the world spend years searching for that one special coin. The one that completes a collection. The one that tells a unique story. The one that turns a simple hobby into a life-changing moment. and this is why Liberty coins continue to dominate the market. They are timeless. They are meaningful. And they are full of surprises. If you're watching this and thinking about checking your own coins, do it. Look carefully. Take your time. Learn the details. Because the next big discovery might not come from a museum or an auction house, it might come from you. Coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt hiding in plain sight, and who knows, the next coin you pick up might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today we are diving deep into something that has fascinated collectors, investors, and treasure hunters for decades. A coin that many people have seen, some have ignored, and a few have turned into life-changing wealth. The Liberty coin. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance. The surface slightly worn, the edges smooth from time, the design familiar. But what if that very coin could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? What if a single date, a tiny mint mark, or a rare error could transform it into a collector's dream? The Liberty coin is not just currency. It is history pressed into metal. It represents a time when craftsmanship mattered, when designs told stories, and when every coin had a purpose beyond simple transactions. From the iconic Lady Liberty figure to the intricate details that define each piece, these coins have captured the attention of collectors around the world. Let's talk about something that makes people lean closer and pay attention. The year 1981. Many people think modern coins are not valuable, that only ancient or very old coins hold worth. That belief has caused countless valuable coins to pass through hands unnoticed. The truth is, some coins from 1981 can be extremely rare under specific conditions. In 1981, coin production saw changes in minting techniques, quality control, and distribution. While millions of coins were produced, only a tiny fraction carry the characteristics that collectors are searching for today. These include mint errors, special finishes, proof versions, and coins preserved in near-perfect condition. Now imagine finding a Liberty coin from 1981 that has a rare mint error. Maybe the design is slightly off-center. Maybe there is a double strike. Maybe the lettering appears duplicated or blurred. These errors are not mistakes in the eyes of collectors. They are treasures. They make the coin unique, and uniqueness drives value. Some Liberty coins with rare characteristics have been sold for astonishing amounts. We are talking about prices that can go far beyond what most people expect. In certain cases, coins have reached values like hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially when they are graded at the highest levels by professional grading services. Condition plays a massive role. A coin that looks untouched, with sharp details and no visible wear, can be worth significantly more than one that has been heavily circulated. Collectors use grading systems to determine the condition, and even a small difference in grade can mean a huge difference in price. Let's go deeper into the history. The Liberty design has appeared on various coins over the years. It symbolizes freedom, strength, and the identity of a nation. From early silver coins to later compositions, the image of Liberty has evolved but always retained its importance. Each Liberty coin tells a story. The design, the year, the mint mark, and even the metal composition all contribute to its identity. Some coins were made of silver, others of copper or nickel blends. During certain periods, metal shortages or economic changes influenced how coins were produced. These factors add layers of history and increase the interest among collectors. Now think about rarity. Not every coin is rare, but rarity can come from different factors. Low mintage numbers, errors, historical significance, or even coins that were quickly removed from circulation can all become rare over time. The fewer examples that exist, the more collectors are willing to pay. The 1981 Liberty-related coins can become valuable if they meet certain conditions. Proof coins, for example, were specially made for collectors with a higher level of detail and finish. If you find one in original packaging or in perfect condition, its value could be much higher than a regular coin. There is also the excitement of the hunt. People check their old coin jars, family collections, and even pocket change, hoping to discover something extraordinary. Stories exist of individuals finding rare coins in the most unexpected places, turning ordinary moments into unforgettable discoveries. Collectors often look for specific signs. They examine the edges, the shine, the alignment of the design, and the clarity of the text. Even a tiny detail can make a huge difference. That is why knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. Now let's talk about market value. The coin market is always changing. Prices go up and down based on demand, rarity, and collector interest. A coin that is worth a few dollars today could become worth thousands in the future if demand increases or if fewer examples remain available. When you hear numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it might sound unbelievable. But in the world of rare coins, it is very real. Auctions have seen intense bidding wars where collectors compete to own a single unique piece. The emotional value, historical importance, and rarity all combine to drive prices higher. Authentication is also important. With high-value coins, there is always a risk of counterfeits. That is why professional grading and authentication services exist. They verify the coin's authenticity, assign a grade, and protect both buyers and sellers. The Liberty coin continues to attract attention because it represents more than money. It represents history, art, and opportunity. For some, it is a hobby. For others, it is an investment. And for a lucky few, it becomes a life-changing discovery. Think about the possibility. Somewhere out there, a rare Liberty coin could be sitting unnoticed. It could be in an old drawer, a forgotten box, or even in circulation. The idea that something so small can hold such immense value is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The journey does not end here. Every coin has a story waiting to be discovered. Every detail matters. Every year, every mint mark, every variation can open the door to something incredible. So next time you come across a coin, take a closer look. Do not rush. Observe the details. You might be holding more than just a piece of metal. You might be holding a piece of history, or even a hidden fortune. This is coins, where every coin has a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the value of what you already have. Today? That's exactly what makes Liberty coins so fascinating and powerful in the world of coin collecting. Let's step into the story. The Liberty design has appeared on many coins throughout United States history. These coins were not just currency, they were statements. They represented freedom, strength, and identity. Over time, different versions were created, like the famous Liberty Head Nickel, the Walking Liberty Half Dollar, and the Morgan Silver Dollar. Each of these carries its own legacy, and some of them are worth life-changing money today. Now let's talk about 1982, a year that many collectors consider extremely important. In 1982, the United States Mint made a major change. Before this year, pennies were made mostly of copper. But due to rising metal prices, they switched to zinc with a thin copper coating. This created two different types of 1982 coins, and that's where things get interesting. Some 1982 coins were made with the old copper composition, while others were made with the new zinc mix. On top of that, there were different mint marks and even variations in how the dates were shaped. This means not all 1982 coins are equal. Some are common, and some are incredibly rare. One of the most valuable variations is the 1982 small date copper penny. If you find one in excellent condition, its value can go far beyond face value. In rare cases, high-grade examples have sold for thousands of dollars. Now imagine this: you find a coin in your old collection or maybe in your pocket change. You think it's just a normal coin. But after checking carefully, you realize it matches a rare variation. That moment, that discovery, is what drives collectors around the world, and this is where Liberty coins connect to the bigger picture. Liberty coins are not just about metal, they are about rarity, condition, demand, and history. A coin that looks simple can become extremely valuable if it has a unique error, limited mintage, or historical importance. Some Liberty coins have reached astonishing prices. Certain rare pieces have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In extreme cases, values can reach into the millions depending on rarity and condition. That's why you sometimes hear shocking numbers like hundreds of thousands attached to a single coin, but here's the truth. Not every Liberty coin is worth a fortune, the real value depends on several factors. First is condition. A coin in mint condition, with no scratches and sharp details, can be worth much more than a worn-out one. Second is rarity. Coins with low mintage or errors are always more valuable. Third is demand. If collectors are actively searching for a specific coin, its price increases. Now let's bring it back to you, you don't need to be a professional to start. Many valuable coins have been found by ordinary people. Old jars, family collections, forgotten boxes, these are places where hidden treasures often sit unnoticed. That if you want to check your coins, start by looking at the date. Then check the mint mark. After that, observe the design details closely. Small differences can mean big money, and remember this: patience is everything. Coin collecting is not about getting rich overnight. It's about knowledge, discovery, and understanding value. The more you learn, the more opportunities you find. The story of Liberty coins is still being written today. Every year, new discoveries are made. Coins that were once ignored suddenly become valuable. And collectors continue searching, hoping to find that one rare piece that changes everything. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in the world of collectors, the legendary Liberty coin. This is not just a piece of metal, this is a story, a journey through time, a symbol of freedom, and for some lucky people, a gateway to incredible wealth. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but in reality, it could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. That is the power of rare Liberty coins. These coins carry history from the early days of the United States, when Lady Liberty was chosen as a symbol of hope, independence, and strength. Every detail on these coins tells a story, from the flowing hair of Liberty to the stars representing the states, to the eagle on the reverse side standing for power and unity. Now let's talk about something that collectors around the world are obsessed with: value. Not just face value, but collector value. A Liberty coin from 1983 might not sound extremely old compared to coins from the 1800s, but here's where things get interesting. Certain rare variations, mint errors, and limited releases can turn even a relatively modern coin into a treasure. A coin that was once worth just a few cents or dollars can suddenly jump to unbelievable prices in auctions. There have been cases where Liberty coins have sold for astonishing amounts. Figures like $787,976.46 are not just numbers, they represent the dream of every collector. These prices depend on multiple factors: condition, rarity, mint mark, and demand. A coin in perfect condition, also known as mint state, can be worth significantly more than one that is worn or damaged. Even tiny differences, like a small misprint or a rare mint mark, can increase the value dramatically. Let's explore the history a little deeper. Liberty coins date back to some of the earliest days of American coinage. Designs changed over the years, but the concept remained the same: liberty as a representation of freedom. From the classic flowing hair design to the seated Liberty and later versions, each coin reflects the era it was made in. The craftsmanship, the metal composition, and even the political atmosphere of the time all influenced these coins. Fast forward to the modern era, including 1983, and things become even more intriguing. While most coins from that year are common, collectors are always searching for the unusual: coins that slipped through quality control, coins with double strikes, off-center designs, or rare compositions. These are the coins that can shock the market. A simple-looking coin can suddenly become the centerpiece of an auction. Now imagine you are searching through your old coins at home. Maybe in a drawer, an old wallet, or a family collection passed down over generations. You pick up a Liberty coin. At first, it looks normal. But what if it has a rare feature? What if it's one of those hidden treasures that collectors are desperately searching for? This is what makes coin collecting so exciting: the possibility that anyone, anywhere, could discover something incredibly valuable. Collectors use grading systems to determine the quality of a coin. Terms like MS-60, MS-65, or even MS-70 represent different levels of perfection. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin graded at the top level can be worth many times more than the same coin in average condition. Professional grading services play a huge role in the market, as they authenticate and evaluate coins, giving buyers confidence in what they are purchasing. Another key factor is demand. When collectors around the world start focusing on a specific type of Liberty coin, prices can skyrocket. Auctions become competitive, and suddenly a coin that was overlooked becomes highly desirable. This is how markets shift, and why keeping an eye on trends is so important if you are serious about coin collecting. Let's not forget the emotional value. For many collectors, these coins are not just about money. They are about history, passion, and the thrill of the hunt. Each coin has a journey, from the mint where it was created, to the hands it passed through, to the collection it eventually becomes part of. Owning a rare Liberty coin is like owning a piece of history. There are also counterfeit coins in the market, which makes knowledge even more important. Understanding weight, metal composition, design details, and mint marks can help you avoid being fooled. Serious collectors always verify their coins, and beginners are encouraged to learn before making big investments. Now let's talk strategy. If you want to get into Liberty coin collecting, start small. Learn about different types, study the market, and slowly build your collection. Look for coins in good condition, and always keep an eye out for unique features. Patience is key. Sometimes the most valuable coins are found when you least expect it, and here's something important: the value of coins can change over time. What is worth a few $100s today could be worth thousands tomorrow. Markets evolve, new collectors enter the scene, and rare coins become even rarer as they are locked away in private collections. So next time you see a Liberty coin, don't just ignore it. Take a closer look. Check the year, examine the details, and think about the possibilities. You might be holding something far more valuable than you realize. This is why the world of coins is so powerful. It combines history, art, and money into something tangible. Something you can hold, study, and treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Liberty coins and their incredible value, make sure to stay connected with coins. There's always another hidden treasure waiting to be discovered, another story waiting to be told, and maybe, just maybe, your next coin could change everything. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood coins in the collecting world, the legendary Liberty coins. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they are stories frozen in time, symbols of freedom, and in some rare cases, treasures worth life-changing amounts of money. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks simple, maybe even ordinary at first glance, but hidden inside it is a value that could reach hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. That is the magic of Liberty coins. From collectors to investors, from historians to treasure hunters, everyone is searching for that one rare piece that can change everything. Let's begin with the story behind Liberty coins. The word liberty has always been deeply connected with the identity of the United States. For decades, coins featured Lady Liberty as a symbol of freedom, hope, and strength. These designs were not just artistic choices, they represented the values of an entire nation. Coins like the Liberty Head, the Seated Liberty, and the Walking Liberty became iconic across generations. Over time, these coins were minted in different years, different metals, and different conditions. Some were produced in large numbers, making them common. But others were minted in limited quantities or under special circumstances, making them incredibly rare today. And rarity is where the real value begins. Now let's talk about the year that surprises many people, 1985. Most people think modern coins are not valuable, but that is not always true. While 1985 coins are generally common, there are exceptions. Certain mint errors, unusual strikes, or coins preserved in perfect condition can become highly valuable. A small detail, something almost invisible to the naked eye, can turn a simple coin into a collector's dream. For example, a coin with a double strike, off-center design, or missing element can become extremely rare. These errors happen during the minting process and are usually caught quickly, which means only a few escape into circulation. Those few coins can later sell for thousands or even more. Condition is another powerful factor. Coins are graded on a scale, and the difference between a coin in average condition and one in near-perfect condition can be massive. A coin that looks untouched, with sharp details and no scratches, can be worth many times more than the same coin that has been heavily used. Now imagine combining rarity, historical importance, and perfect condition. That is when you start seeing numbers that shock people. Values like $787,000 or more are not just dreams. They are real results from auctions where collectors compete to own a unique piece of history, but here is the truth that many people don't realize. The value of a coin is not just about age. A very old coin is not automatically valuable. And a newer coin is not automatically worthless. The real value depends on rarity, demand, condition, and sometimes even mystery. Collectors around the world are constantly searching through old collections, coin jars, and inherited items. Many valuable coins have been discovered in the most unexpected places. A small box in an attic, a forgotten drawer, or even pocket change can hold something extraordinary. The Liberty design itself adds emotional and historical value. When collectors see Liberty, they see more than just a figure. They see the story of a nation, the evolution of art, and the craftsmanship of a different era. That emotional connection increases demand, and when demand rises, prices follow. The market for coins is always changing. What might be worth a few dollars today could become highly valuable tomorrow. Auctions, collector interest, and new discoveries all influence prices. That is why serious collectors always stay informed and keep searching. If you are someone who wants to start collecting, Liberty coins are a great place to begin. They are rich in history, widely recognized, and full of potential. Even if you don't find $1 million coin, the journey itself is exciting and rewarding, and for those who already have coins at home, now is the time to take a closer look. Check the year, the design, the condition, and look for anything unusual. You never know what you might be holding. Remember, every coin has a story. Some stories are simple, but others are priceless. The difference is in the details, and those details can turn a small piece of metal into a fortune. Stay curious, stay patient, and keep exploring the world of coins. Because the next big discovery could be closer than you think. Today we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and talked about pieces in the coin collecting world, the 1992 Liberty coin, a coin that many people have seen, many have ignored, and a few have turned into serious profit. This is not just a coin, this is a story of history, rarity, mistakes, and the possibility that something sitting quietly in your pocket or drawer could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's start by understanding what makes Liberty coins so special. The concept of liberty in American coinage goes back centuries, representing freedom, independence, and national pride. Coins featuring liberty were designed not just as currency but as symbols of identity. Over time, different versions of liberty appeared, sometimes as a standing figure, sometimes as a portrait, and sometimes combined with iconic imagery like the eagle. These designs were crafted under the authority of the United States Mint, an institution responsible for producing coins that circulate across the nation and beyond. Now let's focus on the year 1992 and the Denver Mint mark, represented by the letter D. The Denver Mint, officially known as Denver Mint, has produced billions of coins, but not all of them are equal. Some coins from this mint carry subtle differences, rare errors, or limited production features that make them incredibly valuable. The 1992 Liberty coin is one of those coins that has caught the attention of collectors worldwide. At first glance, this coin might look completely ordinary. It has the familiar Liberty design, standard inscriptions, and a normal metallic shine. But collectors know that the real value lies in the details. Tiny variations, such as spacing between letters, mint mark positioning, or even microscopic design differences, can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. In some rare cases, coins from 1992 with specific characteristics have been valued at astonishing amounts, sometimes reaching into hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. There has been a lot of talk about extremely high values like $787,000 or more. While such figures are often tied to exceptionally rare variants or perfect condition coins graded at the highest level, it highlights an important truth in coin collecting. Value is not just about age, it is about rarity, demand, and condition. A coin in mint state condition, untouched and preserved, can be worth exponentially more than the same coin that has been circulated for years. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1992 Liberty coin is the possibility of minting errors. Errors are like hidden signatures from the minting process, accidental but incredibly valuable. These can include double strikes, off-center designs, or slight variations in lettering. Collectors spend years searching for these rare anomalies because they are unique and cannot be replicated. Another factor that drives the value of these coins is grading. Professional grading companies examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade based on condition. Coins graded at the highest levels, often referred to as mint state, can command incredible prices. A 1992 Liberty coin in near-perfect condition with a rare feature could potentially reach values that surprise even experienced collectors. History also plays a huge role in the appeal of Liberty coins. These coins are not just metal discs, they are pieces of a nation's story. They reflect economic changes, artistic evolution, and technological advancements in minting. Owning a Liberty coin is like holding a small piece of history in your hand. Now imagine this scenario. You are going through your old coins, maybe from a jar, a drawer, or inherited from family. You come across a 1992 coin with a D mint mark. At first, it seems like nothing special. But then you take a closer look. The design is sharp, the lettering is clear, and something feels different. That moment, that curiosity, is exactly how many valuable discoveries begin. Collectors often say that the thrill of coin hunting is not just about money, it is about the possibility. The idea that treasure could be hidden in plain sight is what keeps people searching. And coins like the 1992 Liberty are perfect examples of this excitement. Market demand for rare coins continues to grow. As more people become interested in collecting and investing, the value of rare coins increases. Auctions have seen record-breaking sales, with certain coins selling for incredible amounts. This has brought new attention to coins that were once overlooked, but it is important to approach this with knowledge and caution. Not every 1992 Liberty coin is worth a fortune. Many are common and have only face value or slightly higher collector value. The key is to identify the rare features, understand grading, and, if necessary, consult experts. If you think you might have a valuable coin, do not clean it. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it safely and consider having it evaluated by a professional. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Stories of ordinary people finding valuable coins are real, and they happen more often than you might think. Whether it is a rare error, a limited mint variation, or a perfectly preserved piece, the possibilities are endless. As we continue exploring coins on this channel Coins, remember that every coin has a story. Some stories are simple, while others are worth a fortune. The 1992 Liberty coin sits right in the middle of mystery and opportunity, making it one of the most fascinating coins to search for today. So next time you come across your spare change, take a moment. Look closely. Because you never know, that small piece of metal could be hiding a big secret, waiting to be discovered. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Liberty coins, a category of U.S. coins that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and treasure hunters for generations. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they are living history, powerful symbols, and in some cases, hidden jackpots waiting to be discovered. The story of Liberty coins begins in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when the United States wanted to represent freedom, strength, and independence through its currency. The image of Lady Liberty became the face of that identity. Over time, her design changed, evolved, and became more detailed, giving birth to several iconic coins that today are considered rare treasures. One of the most famous among them is the Liberty head nickel. Produced between 1883 and 1913, this coin is legendary, especially the extremely rare 1913 version. Only a few were ever made, and today, a single coin can sell for millions of dollars. Imagine finding one in an old collection or inherited box of coins. That is the dream many collectors chase. Another iconic piece is the Walking Liberty $50, minted from 1916 to 1947. This coin is admired not just for its value, but for its stunning design showing Lady Liberty walking confidently toward the sunrise. It represents hope and progress. Some rare dates and mint marks of this coin can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition, and then comes one of the most beautiful coins ever made in American history, the St. Gaudens Double Eagle. This gold coin, first minted in 1907, is considered a masterpiece. Designed by Augustus St. Gaudens, it features Liberty in full stride holding a torch and olive branch. Some rare editions of this coin have sold for over $7 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a single coin crossing the 7 million mark. Now let's talk about the market, because this is where things get even more exciting. Back in 2006, the coin collecting market was already strong, but it has grown massively since then. In 2006, many Liberty coins were undervalued compared to today. For example, a high-grade Walking Liberty $50 that might have sold for a few $100s back then could easily fetch several thousand today, depending on rarity and condition. The rarest Liberty coins have seen explosive growth. Coins that were once sold for tens of thousands are now selling for hundreds of thousands or even millions. The estimated figure you mentioned, reaching around $787,976.43 or even more, is not unrealistic for ultra-rare Liberty coins in pristine condition. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have recorded record-breaking sales, proving that this market is not just for hobbyists, but serious investors as well. So why are Liberty coins so valuable? It comes down to a few key factors. Rarity is the most important. If only a few coins exist, the demand skyrockets. Condition is another major factor. A coin that looks almost new, with sharp details and no scratches, can be worth 10 times more than a worn-out version. Historical significance also plays a role. Coins tied to specific years, events, or minting errors can become incredibly valuable. Mint marks are another secret that many beginners overlook. Coins minted in places like San Francisco or Denver often have small letters like S or D. Some of these marks are extremely rare, and spotting them can instantly change a coin's value from ordinary to extraordinary. There are also error coins, which are like hidden treasures. These coins have mistakes from the minting process, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements. Collectors love these because they are unique. A simple Liberty coin with a minting error could be worth thousands of dollars more than a normal one. Now imagine this scenario. You go through an old drawer, maybe something passed down from your grandparents. You find a small collection of coins, dusty and forgotten. Among them is a Liberty coin. At first, it looks like just another old coin. But after checking the year, mint mark, and condition, you realize it could be worth a fortune. This is not just a fantasy. Stories like this happen all the time. The current market for Liberty coins continues to rise. With more people getting interested in collecting and investing, demand is increasing. Online platforms, auctions, and global collectors have made it easier than ever to buy and sell coins. This has pushed prices even higher, especially for rare and high-quality pieces, but here's the important part. Not every Liberty coin is worth a fortune. Many are common and only worth their silver or gold content. The key is knowledge. Understanding what to look for can turn an ordinary collector into a successful one. Learning about dates, mint marks, grading, and historical context is essential. Grading is another big factor in value. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC assign grades based on a coin's condition. A coin graded MS 65 or higher can be worth significantly more than one graded lower. This is why serious collectors often send their coins for professional grading before selling them. Let's talk about investment potential. Liberty coins are not just collectibles, they are assets. Unlike paper money, coins made of gold and silver have intrinsic value. This means even if the market fluctuates, they still hold worth. Over time, rare coins tend to appreciate, making them a smart long-term investment. However, like any investment, there are risks. Fake coins exist in the market. Beginners can easily be tricked into buying replicas or altered coins. This is why buying from trusted dealers and verifying authenticity is extremely important. The emotional value of Liberty coins is also something special. These coins have passed through generations, witnessed historical events, and carried stories with them. Holding one feels like holding a piece of history. So what should you do if you want to start? First, check any old coins you already have. Look closely at Liberty coins, especially older ones. Research the year and mint mark. Compare with online price guides. If something looks rare, consider getting it professionally graded. Second, start learning. The more knowledge you have, the better decisions you will make. Watch videos, read guides, and follow coin auctions. This will help you understand market trends and spot valuable coins. Third, be patient. The world of coin collecting is not about quick money. It's about discovery, learning, and sometimes getting lucky. The biggest rewards often come to those who stay consistent and observant. In the end, Liberty coins are more than just currency. They are history, art, and opportunity combined into one small object. Whether you are a collector, investor, or just curious, there is always something exciting waiting to be discovered, and who knows, maybe the next time you check your old coins, you might be holding a hidden treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors and curious treasure hunters alike, the famous Liberty-themed coins, and specifically the 2008 D Mint coin that has sparked massive attention in the coin community. Stay with me because what looks like an ordinary coin might actually hold a story worth far more than you imagined. Let's begin with something simple but powerful. The word Liberty on a coin is not just decoration. It represents freedom, identity, and the entire spirit of a nation. Ever since the early days of American coinage, Liberty has appeared in different forms across coins, evolving over time but always symbolizing the same idea. From classic designs to modern minting, Liberty remains one of the most recognizable features on coins produced by the United States Mint. Now let's talk about the 2008 D coin. The D Mint mark stands for Denver, one of the primary minting locations in the United States. In 2008, millions of coins were produced, including the famous Lincoln cent, which carries the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and a design that changed over time on the reverse. At first glance, these coins seem common, and in most cases they are. But here is where things get interesting. Collectors have discovered that certain variations of the 2008 D coins can be worth significantly more than face value. We're not talking about $1 or $2. In rare cases, coins with minting errors, unusual features, or exceptional condition have been listed or rumored to reach extremely high values. Some claims online suggest values like hundreds of thousands of dollars, even figures such as $787,976.42. But let's be clear and realistic here. Those extreme numbers are usually based on speculation, misunderstandings, or exaggerated listings rather than confirmed sales. What truly determines the value of a coin is a combination of factors. Condition is one of the most important. A coin that has never been circulated, known as mint state, can be worth far more than one that has been used in everyday transactions. Then there are errors. A double die, off-center strike, or missing design element can turn an ordinary coin into something rare and valuable. These are the kinds of coins that collectors actively search for. Another factor is rarity. If a particular variation of the 2008 D coin was produced in small numbers or has a known defect that only appears on a few pieces, its value increases. Demand also plays a huge role. When collectors become interested in a specific coin, prices can rise quickly. Now let's talk about history, because this is where the real beauty of coin collecting lies. The Liberty concept dates back to the earliest American coins in the late 18th century. Back then, Liberty was often shown as a woman, sometimes with flowing hair, sometimes with a cap, representing freedom from oppression. Over time, designs evolved, and by the time we reach coins like the Lincoln cent, liberty is represented more subtly through the word itself rather than a full figure. The 2008 coins are especially interesting because they came just before a major design change in 2009, which marked the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. That means 2008 was the final year of a long-running reverse design, making it a kind of transition point in modern coin history. So why are people suddenly talking about these coins being worth a lot of money? The answer is a mix of curiosity, social media hype, and real collector interest. Videos, posts, and online listings often highlight rare examples, making it seem like every coin could be a jackpot. While that's not true for most coins, it does encourage people to check their change, and occasionally, someone really does find something valuable. If you have a 2008 D coin, here's what you should do. First, examine it closely. Look for anything unusual. Check the lettering, the edges, the alignment, and the overall quality. Second, avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can actually reduce its value. Third, consider getting it evaluated by a professional grading service if you believe it might be rare. It's also important to stay informed. Reliable information comes from experienced collectors, established dealers, and historical records. While it's exciting to imagine finding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's better to approach the hobby with curiosity and realistic expectations. At the end of the day, coin collecting is not just about money. It's about history, discovery, and the thrill of finding something unique. Every coin tells a story, and even the most common ones connect us to the past in a tangible way. So next time you get change in your hand, don't just spend it without a second thought. Take a closer look. That small piece of metal might carry the word liberty, but it also carries decades or even centuries of history. And who knows, you might just be holding something far more valuable than you ever expected. This is Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins.